Welcome! It is Peter's season of The Bachelor. It's time to discuss. I took notes, because this is a dramatic first episode. So we get about 5 seconds in, and I see Peter from a certain angle, and now I think he kind of looks like James Franco. Not James, Dave, the younger one. Upon their introductions, Tammy was my favorite, not for Peter, but just like in general. I loved her little like fighter style. I'll go in there and I'll rearrange rooms if I have to. And I was like, yes, probably you won't have to because it's a beautiful mansion, but you know, love the energy. So my favorite, like most people probably at this point, is Hannah Ann. I really liked her talking about that she wants to have a loving marriage, so that's like the model for her kids. And Peter kissed her hand and it was just really cute. I also thought the painting was cute. That was a nice idea. Enter 50 flight attendants. I think everyone was expecting it, but none of the other flight attendants were, which I thought was hilarious. There was one girl whose name escapes me that kissed him as soon as she got out of the limo. Like first meeting kiss. I don't know if that's ever happened. You gotta love how incredibly awkward it is. They only played the clip 60,000 times of Hannah coming onto The Bachelor, and they made this really big deal about it, and I was like, oh, it's not gonna be that big of a deal. She's just gonna show up for drama. And oh, was there drama? But I thought it was really nice that she came back and gave him the wings because like he wanted to give those to his future wife and she came to return them. And I felt like he wasn't really over her, like the way he was looking at her and talking to her. And then the night progresses, and he's made out with so many of them. Is nobody concerned about germs in this house? One of my favorite moments this episode was definitely the paper plane one-upping. I thought that was hilarious. The one girl's talking, she like throws the paper planes at Peter to get his attention, and then she comes back with like a full paper plane and like walks over. I got annoyed when Hannah Ann went to steal him for the 3rd time. I was like, you are my favorite. Do not mess this up, because I understand that they want to have time with him and stuff like that, but she obviously made a really good impression. Stealing him that many times when some people haven't talked to him, I feel like I understand it, but it's really not flattering. You know what you're coming into, and like, not that there's rules really, but you know, like the unspoken rules, such as let other people have time with the one person you're all trying to date. I actually felt really bad for Victoria F when she was worried about the first impression that she made, because like that is a lot of pressure to put on a first impression, and not all of us make the best first impression. Like some of these girls, they're very like in jobs where they're trained to make a really, really good impression, and that's gonna help them in this situation, and not everybody's like that. So I did feel bad. Like usually I don't feel bad if they cry on the first night. I find it kind of amusing. She was freaking out, but it all turned out okay because she got the last rose. I cannot imagine the stress. I love trying to like see if they capture the windows in the screen when it's the end of the rose ceremony, because everybody looks a little disheveled and a little tired. And I started realizing that it's bright outside when the rose ceremony ends, at least 6 a.m. So like this party has probably been going on almost 12 hours. The fact that their makeup still looks good after an all-nighter and a 12 hours in a dress is a skill I have yet to acquire, never will acquire. The flight puns need to stop. Peter kept saying cutesy things like, I'm ready for this adventure to take off, or buckle up, adventure calls. Peter, I'm over it. I'm over it. There have been so many puns in the months leading up to this. The first date I love because these 2 female pilots walk in and they look tough. They mean business. And they explain the rules. Let the competition date begin. It's one of my favorites. People always end up on the floor, embarrassing themselves, and I think it's just great. What a good icebreaker. And the whole time those 2 female pilots are watching, and they look so unamused, like just straight-faced. I thought Victoria P was making the motion sickness thing like really dramatic, and I know the editors were making like that whole like her being in the teacups a lot more intense than what she was probably saying in real life. But I was like, you need to like calm down on the dramatics a little bit. But then she actually threw up. You weren't lying. Because sometimes I feel they play stuff up like that to get a little bit of attention from The Bachelor, which I get, but this was like 100% founded, and I was like, oh no. Kelly cheats on the obstacle course, and I don't know if she knew that she was cheating. I'm not sure. I feel like at first she didn't know and then didn't want to correct paths because she was like, oh, I'm already winning. But she wins and Kelly gets to fly away with Peter. So everyone else cries. They already don't like Kelly because she met him in the lobby of some place because she was at a wedding and he was at a 10-year high school reunion thing, and they met. And that's what convinced Kelly to apply for The Bachelor. At least that's my understanding of what happened. And then they ended up in the same building, which is, I don't think, a coincidence. I think that was planned to be more of like a nudge. Not like a favoritism thing, but just like a drama thing. The next day, Peter's parents renewed their vows, and it was really cute. And Peter is the officiant because he does that now. They got Chris. Now they got Peter. Let's get Wells ordained. Let's get Jorge ordained. And he brought Madison to that date. But like, that seemed a little soon. Can you imagine the anxiety walking into your first date? His whole family is there. They're getting their vows renewed. Cue Madison perfectly positioned to catch the bouquet. I feel like that wasn't a coincidence. Next date card. I hope this isn't awkward. And it was, because Hannah organized the date. And I'm just sitting there like, yikes. Why would you let your ex run a date? And it was really obvious that she still liked him the whole time. Like, these girls are just like third-party witnesses to Peter and Hannah having a conversation. I am so uncomfortable. I am uncomfortable. And the whole time, I'm just like, make it stop. Like, they were fine. ABC, why did you do this to them? They had broken up and they were in the process of moving on. And I also felt so bad for Hannah. Like, that was really upsetting. And then Peter, I could see it in his eyes when Hannah walked out of the limo. He had hoped she was there for the show, like to be a contestant on The Bachelor. I knew he still liked her. Like, I felt like it was obvious when Chris Harrison like asked if he was over her. He paused for like so long. Hannah is crying and she really needs some waterproof mascara. One of the producers has a makeup wipe on them. One of them does. And I did feel really bad because I feel like Hannah's coming into this. This is probably a contract thing. It's probably not something she volunteered to do. Like, she was probably asked to do it, or like it was part of her contract to do it. Probably wasn't really ready to see Peter if she's not going to be dating him. She's now seeing this ex that treated her really well after like a horrible public breakup. She has like all these feels, and so I had feels. Peter, you are not a third choice. Still, it's just like so obvious that he's in love with her. And then she had asked Tyler out, and he was like, why didn't you ask me out? I'm just like, poor Peter. He thought he was over her, and like, that sucks that he thought he was over her and then sees her and realizes he's not. If Hannah rejoins the show, which is what we were led to believe by that sneak preview thingy at the end, I'm wondering how many girls are gonna leave. Honestly, if Hannah comes in, it's gonna be the Hannah and Peter show. I kind of wonder how Hannah would deal with not being the center of attention. Not that she's like needing the attention all the time, but she was the Bachelorette, she was that center, and then before that she was a contestant. But it's been a while since then, and I feel like if she comes onto the show, it'll be Hannah, Peter, and all the other girls because they have a history, she's been around the Bachelor world. But at the same time, like, if Peter has feelings for her, like, this is his life. Like, it is a game show, kind of, but also, like, if he really wants to get married at the end of this, like, does he really want to go through that? Still wondering? I mean, probably not, but I'm also wondering, does he have control over this or not? But I mean, Nick Viall, he came on to a season he wasn't supposed to be on, right? Who do I feel the worst for? Hannah or Peter or the girls? I really don't know. Such a dramatic episode. I did not think it was gonna be that dramatic. I feel like usually they're not that dramatic. If first episodes are dramatic, it's because the contestants are being catty. Oh, the emotions. Honestly, thank goodness for Chris's dad jokes. They really lifted our spirits at the end of that episode. What did you think? Do you like Peter as the Bachelor? I do. I think he's gonna do a really good job. Do you want Hannah back on this season? Who's your favorite not Hannah contestant? Get excited for next week because we're gonna get to know if Hannah's on the season. Usually this is a book channel, as you might have been able to see. If you're a Bachelor fan into romancy reads, I would recommend The Selection by Kiera Cass. If you're more in the youngin' side, The Kiss Quotient if you're more on the adultin' side, or Pride and Prejudice if you're anyone, or if you're a classics person, read it again. And if you're a reader, join me regularly. Or if you're a Bachelor watcher, join me each week, because I'm probably gonna keep doing these. My name's Caitlin, thanks for watching, bye!